And Vegeta Ultra Ego is now about to happen. The animes that have been trending lately have had epic parts of the manga animated, like Luffy Gear 5 and One Piece, and many others. Since we saw Goku Level 4, Ultra Ego, Gohan Beast, and even Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 himself, we still haven't had anything from the Z Warriors, and it will happen in an epic way. Vegeta Ultra Ego is a reality in the anime. Want to understand how and when it will happen? Come with me. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and activate the bell. Vegeta's first appearance in the anime using Ultra Ego is undoubtedly one of the most anticipated moments for Dragon Ball fans, and the expectation around this moment could not be greater. Since he first appeared, Vegeta has always stood out not only for his incomparable strength, but also for his complex personality and evolution throughout the saga. Fans have always recognized that he is not just a supporting character to Goku, but someone who, in many moments, defines the course of the story, driving events, and inspiring rivalries that shape the entire multiverse. The introduction of Ultra Ego represents more than a new form. It is the culmination of all of Vegeta's journey, his essence as a Saiyan warrior, and his relentless pursuit of surpassing limits. And even more with the following news. Much has been said about the future of Dragon Ball after the cycle closed by Dragon Ball Daima, the last project created by the eternal Akira Toriyama and responsible for tremendous success on different streaming services. Amid a few brief statements that news would be coming, Toei Animation and other companies involved with the franchise confirmed a window for the announcement of the future of the saga of Goku and his friends. Scheduled for January 25, 2026, the Dragon Ball Genki Damatsuri will be a precious date for all fans of this universe that has been constantly expanding for at least 40 years. Currently, Vegeta's Ultra Ego has already been introduced in the Dragon Ball Super manga, specifically in Chapter 74. Therefore, for the anime to reach the point in the manga where Vegeta attains Ultra Ego, around 55 to 70 episodes would be necessary, depending on how the adaptation is made, the pacing of the fights, and the insertion of fillers or extra scenes during the fight against Granola. However, the anime has not yet adapted this part of the story. For Vegeta's Ultra Ego to be introduced in the anime, it would be necessary to adapt the manga events involving this transformation. This would include episodes covering Vegeta's training with Beerus, obtaining Ultra Ego, and his fight against Granola. Additionally, the character Granola would need to be introduced in the anime, which would require adapting the manga events that occurred before the fight between Vegeta and Granola. Therefore, for Vegeta's Ultra Ego to be introduced in the anime, a significant amount of manga content would need to be adapted, including Vegeta's training with Beerus, the acquisition of Ultra Ego, and the fight against Granola. This would imply a considerable number of episodes and character development, but this is nothing for fans who have waited so long. And beyond that, when we remember remarkable moments of his evolution, it's impossible not to think of the first time Goku reached Super Saiyan. That moment forever changed the paradigm of what was possible within the Dragon Ball universe, and Vegeta soon after became the perfect rival, someone whose determination and pride would lead him to seek the same level of power, but through different paths. Vegeta has always sought strength with nearly religious fervor, and each transformation he achieved carried intense emotional weight, whether through the desire to surpass Goku, the need to protect those around him, or the simple pride of his own race. Ultra Ego, therefore, does not appear in isolation. It is preceded by a history of impactful transformations. Gohan, for example, showed the world the power of Saiyan 2, a form that combined emotional control and brute force, and later the Beast form, which elevated his potential even further, proving that limits can constantly be surpassed through dedication and awareness. Goku, in turn, evolved over time, with Super Saiyan 3, Level 3, and other forms that redefined what viewers expected from a legendary warrior. Each of these moments served as a reference for Vegeta, establishing a standard of excellence that he pursued, and in many cases, redefined. Vegeta's impact on fans is very deep. Since his first appearances, he won the hearts of the audience not only for his strength, but for his complexity. Throughout the series, we watched his growth from proud and cruel prince to respected warrior and brilliant strategist. In Daima, when he reached Super Saiyan 3 canonically, it was a spectacular moment that proved that Vegeta didn't just need to follow Goku, he could create his own path of power and recognition. This ability to reinvent himself and exceed expectations is precisely what makes his Ultra Ego debuts so significant.
In the moment of the first Ultra Ego appearance in the anime, fans can expect something truly iconic. Visually, the transformation will be impressive, reflecting the essence of Saiyan pride and Vegeta's battle philosophy. Unlike Goku's Ultra Instinct, which relies on instinct and perception to master combat, Ultra Ego emphasizes aggressiveness, damage absorption, and the ability to grow stronger as he faces adversity. This form is a direct reflection of Vegeta's mindset, a warrior who refuses to retreat, who embraces total confrontation, and who sees every blow received as an opportunity to become even more powerful. Moreover, the appearance of Ultra Ego connects directly to the modern narrative of trending anime. Today, series like One Piece continue to raise standards with transformations such as Luffy Gear 5, which redefine the concept of power and strategy within an already established universe. The impact of this kind of transformation is felt not only in the strength of the character, but in the way it inspires fans and other characters within the story. In a similar way, Ultra Ego places Vegeta in a position of absolute prominence, showing that he is not just a rival of Goku, but a protagonist of his own evolution, capable of generating memorable moments and inspiring an entire new generation of viewers. The analysis also needs to consider the emotional context of the appearance. Vegeta is not just brute strength, he is emotion, history, and complexity. Every battle he has faced has built a resilient and unpredictable character, from confrontations against Frieza and Cell to decisive roles in sagas like the Tournament of Power. Vegeta has always shown continuous growth, learning to balance pride and strategy, rage and control. Ultra Ego is the materialization of this learning, a form that encapsulates all Vegeta's experience as a warrior and leader, showing that he can face any challenge without losing his essence. Comparing it with previous transformations, such as Goku Super Saiyan 3 or Level 3, it becomes clear that each of Vegeta's evolutions has brought something unique to the audience. Goku's Super Saiyan 3 was a visual and narrative milestone, increasing tension and creating anticipation around battles. Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 and Beast showed that intelligence, emotional control, and raw power can coexist, raising the standard of combat and strategy. Ultra Ego, then, is a natural continuation of this line of transformations, but with a differential. It combines extreme aggressiveness with power absorption, offering fans a completely new view of how a Saiyan can evolve and dominate the fight. The impact on fans is not limited to only aesthetics or power. Vegeta has always had a unique relationship with the audience, earning respect and admiration through his story, his determination, and his continuous growth. Each new form is a reminder that he is not just a supporting character, he is a symbol of strength, perseverance, and resilience. The appearance of Ultra Ego will certainly reinforce this, bringing intense emotions, heated debates about technique and power, and, above all, the recognition that Vegeta continues to be a central figure in Dragon Ball mythology. Another important point is how Ultra Ego differs from Goku's Ultra Instinct, creating narrative contrast and depth. While Goku evolves through perception and instinct, Vegeta evolves through controlled aggressiveness and power absorption, showing distinct paths to the same goal, transcendence of limits. This contrast not only enriches the story, but also reinforces the central theme of Dragon Ball, which has always valued diversity of strategies, rivalry, and constant evolution. Finally, Vegeta's first appearance using Ultra Ego in the anime represents not just a power evolution, but a cultural milestone. It connects past and present, celebrating all previous achievements, from the first battles of Goku and Vegeta to the most recent developments. For fans, it's an opportunity to revisit iconic moments, reflect on each character's journey, and prepare for a future filled with memorable confrontations and continuous evolution. Ultra Ego is not just a form, it's the essence of the Saiyan Prince, the realization of an epic journey that began decades ago and continues to move, inspire, and surprise. Many milestones and records were broken throughout Dragon Ball with epic transformations. For example, when Goku Super Saiyan 1 appeared, it was an absolute landmark in pop culture, not only in Japan, but globally. The reveal of this transformation during the fight against Frieza generated a gigantic impact, with fans left speechless, merchandise exploding in sales, and massive repercussion in magazines, TV, and forums. It was the first time a main character reached such an extreme level of power, and the public reacted with admiration and shock. The media explored every detail of the transformation, from the golden hair to the energy increase, and this helped solidify Dragon Ball Z as an international phenomenon.
Goku's Super Saiyan 3, in turn, had an enormous visual impact. In Daima and in animated adaptations, the form impressed with its radical design, gigantic hair, disappearing eyebrows, and the concept of overwhelming strength. The audience reacted in mixed ways. There was admiration for the power, but also concern about stamina and the form's limitation, which generated debates in forums and social media about battle strategies and the viability of the form in prolonged fights. In terms of media, this transformation generated several magazine covers, special features, and collectibles celebrating Goku's form. Goku Super Saiyan 4 elevated the impact even further. Unlike previous ones, SS4 brought a more primal and brutal aesthetic, combining human and ape traits, which visually and narratively enchanted the audience. SS4 made the audience feel that Goku had truly reached a level of living myth, and in the media, this translated into high-volume collectible toys, viral fan videos, cosplay, and endless debates about who could win in fictional battles. The repercussion was extremely positive, consolidating this form as one of the most beloved among hardcore fans. Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 in Daima had a different repercussion. For being a character who was historically a supporting figure, when he reached SS3 canonically, the audience reacted with surprise and euphoria, reinforcing his status as prince and absolute rival of Goku. Fans saw this as well-deserved recognition, and the media highlighted that Vegeta finally had his moment of protagonism, creating a boom of attention in articles, fan art, and online discussions, especially about power comparison and rivalry. Gohan Beast was a transformation that reached a more segmented audience. Since Gohan never had as much focus as Goku or Vegeta, the Beast form stood out more for narrative and strategic impact than for visual explosion. Fans reacted with admiration for the control of power, and the media approached this form as an example of subtle but deep evolution, showing that Dragon Ball is not just brute force, but also intelligence and self-mastery. In general, each transformation had a scale of media impact proportional to the novelty and importance of the character. Goku always generated massive and viral attention, while Vegeta gained fans gradually, with each evolution marking moments of intense community celebration. In Daima, Goku SS3 and SS4 produced enormous global repercussion. Vegeta SS3 consolidated his image as a warrior prince, and Gohan Beast showed that the audience also appreciates control, strategy, and silent evolution, creating a rich narrative of cultural impact and media engagement that still influences today the perception of fans, memes, digital content, and Dragon Ball collectibles.